Welcome back to Newsday. Thank you so much for sticking with us. Now, it is World Diaspora Day at the Intra-Africa Trade Fair 2023, organized by the African Export-Import Bank, and the Diaspora Showcase feature gastronomy and culinary arts masterclass, where there will also be the Jollof Wars between Nigeria, Ghana, and Senegal. Arise correspondent Shaitan Atigaran joins us now to give us live updates on the Jollof War.
I don't know, Boris, would you quit your day job?
We're going to go global.
Global, okay.
Global.
Okay, I'm coming to you for your action. What are you taking away today?
Okay, for me, it's about education and collaboration. I think we need to continue to educate our chef, our students, and not just about the ingredients and the cuisine, but the history. I think we don't educate enough, and we need to collaborate more across Africa. I think most countries are stuck in their own ways, and they don't share enough knowledge. They don't archive their recipes and their ingredients, and we need more information online. So that's personally what I want to start to do more collaboration across Africa. We're always quick to go across the water and collaborate with other countries in Europe, in America, but we don't do enough. A lot of chefs in Africa don't even know themselves.
So collaboration, knowledge sharing. I'm coming to you. What are you taking away, and what action would you want the audience to take away from this experience?
Love.
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 Food is love.
Food is love.
Yeah. About food, we can solve so many problems.
And you can solve so many problems. And the other word I've taken from you is nutrition. Good food. Food is medicine. So watch what you eat. Eat healthy. Eat local. Eat indigenous. Right?
Everything you put in your dish can help you to have 20 more years in your life.
20 more years, yes.
Because you say some other countries just have sugar, tasted sugar with so many products. And then this taste of sugar just kills the real taste of the product. Every product have a special taste. And then we have to, it's awakening about the taste. We should think that, and certainly because the taste of a bitter taste is a taste. It's not good only to have sugar everywhere, to put sugar everywhere. And then when we are cooking, we have spices. Mm-hmm. We have the continent with wonderful spices. And then we just need to adapt and not always having those chemical products. Why you put a chemical product with a chemical taste, you kill the real original taste of the product. And then it's that way you kill the history of the product, and then you kill so many things about this. And it's not the recipes of our ancestors that you are going to continue to teach, to serve to other people. You add so many, people just add chemical products in their food, but they shouldn't.
Okay, so food safety in Africa is very important. Making sure the food that's coming into Africa is safe. Making sure what we are cooking and serving our children is safe. I really agree with that. That's very important. Okay, I'm coming to you, Chef. Chef D, tell us, what have you done so far?
So we have
and
the
what
codfish.
Are we ready to start plating?
Yes. So we have our codfish stew that's ready, and we have our caramelized plantain. We're waiting for our okras to get hot so that we can have the cuckoo on the stove. But what I'm going to give you a little treat of is your codfish stew, and you're going to taste that with the cucumber pickle, which is known as sauce in Barbados.
So
would you like to do the honors?
Okay.
All right, so we're going from Africa to the Caribbean and Barbados in particular. And I know that Prime Minister of Barbados actually was supposed to be here. And we were looking for...
Well, our correspondent Shaitan is live at the Intra-Africa Trade Fair Jollof War in Cairo, and she joins us now. Shaitan, great to have you on the program. I know you've looked forward to this day for a long time. Please tell us what's going on.
Well, as you can see right now, we do have Professor Benedict Orama, who's the president and chairman of the board of the directors of the African Export-Import Bank, and a Ghanaian German actor, Boris Kojo, on stage. And what they're doing now is a live demonstration and conversation with the crowd, pushing the gastronomy and culinary arts for the diaspora showcase. Unfortunately, we just missed the Jollof Wars, and I'm very, very sad to say that Nigeria did not come out on top. Actually, Ghana won this time around. I don't agree with that. But for this purpose, Ghana definitely won. But what we're seeing now on screen is the tasting and the cooking session with Professor Benedict Orama. And the whole point of this is to be able to showcase the food that is being that is here. This conversation is going to trace the African food journey and its influence on food culture in the Caribbean, in the Americas, and of course globally. Who we are also seeing on stage is the African food change maker. Her name is Ndidi Unweli, founder of the African food change maker. She's the moderator of this event. You can see her there wearing green, addressing the audience. And then on the side there as well are other renowned chefs representing Nigeria, Chef Stone from the Red Dish Chronicles. You can see him clad in a purple ashoke, sitting just by the left of the stage. And of course, Natasha DeBerg. She's a celebrity chef and the culinary president of the Trinidad Culinary Limited from Trinidad and Tobago. So they're also there on stage, giving support. Well, it's been very interesting, even the professor has made a joke today that maybe after this event, himself and Boris Kojo are going to open their own restaurant. But it's really amazing here to see all the African food on display, enhancing the rich culture that we have on our continent.
Incredible, Shaitan. So how does all this end? Are you going to get to taste some of it? Is it the audience who decides? Who's going to decide which one wins?
Well, actually, the audience is going to decide. So what they've done is they've been able to, the chefs have already made their food, the different chefs from Nigeria, from Ghana, and Senegal. And when this is over, they're going to taste all the different foods. So they're going to make sure that they did it in a way that won't be able to tell which country it is. So they just tag the food based on numbers. So you go forward, you taste the food, and you cast your vote. So everybody sitting here was able to vote, and that's how they're able to come about Ghana being the winner.
This is not the first time this. Those with the skills to move mountains don't need. You don't need the faith that moves mountains. So I don't need to sweat because I know how to do it. But
effortless.
Yes, of course, food, your cuisine, the gastronomy takes you to the end of the value chain of agricultural products. If it takes you to the end of the value chain of the agricultural products, it means that is where you have the highest margins. So unless we find a way to increase the way our food is eaten and the scope of its spread, we will not attract the highest value from what we produce at home. So going all the way to the culinary and the gastronomy is a logical final step in the journey we want to take to return to Africa what belongs to Africa. It will also make it possible for us to preserve our culture. If somebody takes the beans and uses to make something different, before you know it, the beans will no longer mean the same thing. And don't forget that in many of our cultures, food is also part of religion, so to say. There are certain kinds of food we eat when we do certain kinds of sacrifices to the gods. I know other religions have come and those things are beginning to change, but because you use the food to celebrate those things, they bring community, a sense of community. And I tell you, those who talk about diversity should promote diversity also in the food we eat, because unless we preserve and develop our own food, we will not preserve the plants that produce them. So if people are interested in biodiversity, they must also support what we are doing. That is, making sure that our cuisines, the things we eat, our crops, that they are preserved and they are used. And in the context of global Africa, we have the same ancestry. We can control what we do. We should not allow our food and our cuisines to be diluted so much by outside influences. If they are diluted by outside influences, our body will reject them. We'll start having more non-communicable diseases because our bodies, our genes have not adapted to those kinds of food. That is why today, because we are beginning to deviate a lot from our cultural heritage in many things, including the food we eat, that is why today we are having an increase, phenomenal increase in communicable diseases. So as we promote our cuisines, our gastronomy, we are promoting good health for ourselves. As we promote our cuisines, we are helping ourselves to take commanding heights of our economy. If we promote our food, we will be preserving the environment. If we promote our food, we will be increasing the sense of community. If we promote our food, we will increase the confidence we have in ourselves, because nobody can come and then tell us our food smells one way or the other. It's because we don't have confidence in ourselves that people can tell us our food smells or doesn't smell. Maybe if it smells, that is it. That's the way it is, and that's why it's tasty. So if they want to enjoy it, they should enjoy the smell too. So going forward at Afrexim Bank, thanks to our wives who introduced this vertical in our work, we are going to develop it. And we must thank you, Ndidi, and all the chefs and others for helping us to realize the ambition of making the Kennex, the things we do here, making it the platform we want it to be, the convening platform we want it to be. We are not experts in everything. What we just want to do is to provide a platform so that we can crowdsource ideas with one thing as a must in all of that: making Africa great again. Thank you.
I think we just dropped the mic. You know the concept of dropping the mic? Said it all. Thank you so much, President Orama. I would like to ask you to please come out for a picture with all of us. Can you leave it for a minute?
Food.
Well, we still have our correspondent Shaiton Atigari standing by. Shaiton, now we understand that they're gathering for photo op. Please tell us any updates that you have for us regarding what's played out so far.
Well, what you've seen on screen, like I said earlier, and I'm sure you listened to President Orama addressing the audience, really just pushing to make sure that African food is put on the map. There's so much diversity in our culture, and of course it's reflected in the different kinds of food. I know that it was called Jollof War, but it wasn't an actual war. It was celebrating the fact that one particular type of dish it can be found in different parts of Africa. And that in itself is one of the reasons to celebrate African food on the continent and to continue to push for the conversation that will focus on tracking and tracing the African food journey and its influence. Africa, America, and of course globally. We'll come to the end of the event, and I'm just going to make sure I, go forward and just get a few more comments from the president, and hopefully even Boris Kodjo himself to talk about his experience so far. There's already food being served around, and as soon as I get from this, I'm definitely going to have some jollof rice. I don't know if I can get some for you, Cynthia, but I will try my best.
You must. You definitely will. Thank you so much. All right, correspondent Sheita to go for that update.